If you say you don't judge other people, you're lying to yourself. As humans, our basic instinct is to survive and thrive, and judgments are an instinct of the human brain, determining if someone is safe to be with. Can I trust this person? Judging others can be like consuming a sugary toxin that makes us feel superior to them, but at the same time detaches us from ourselves, which we then ultimately judge ourselves. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why people judge and 4 practices to start letting go of judging others. Telling yourself not to judge is easier said than done. That's why I created an exercise to help you release the habit of judging others, which is in the description below this video. So if you're new here, I'm Ruth Abraham. I'm an accredited certified coach with the International Coaching Federation. After 10 years of being a stay-home mom, divorcing a narcissist, losing both parents within 4 days, and being laid off from a 9-to-5 job, I decided to follow my calling as a life coach. Working through my own low self-esteem, self-doubt, and confidence, and realizing my resilience, I am here to help others find their voice so they can show up authentically to have better relationships with themselves and others, and walk through life with confidence. As a kid, until my early adulthood, I would judge others from the clothes that they wore, the activities they were doing, even the cars that they drove. I remember a conversation with a friend about 20 years ago who was judging another friend, and I spoke up and said, no, I'm not going to judge her because I don't know what's going on. I don't have any facts. So from that point on, I realized all my judgments had nothing to do with other people, but how I was feeling inside. They say perception is reality, and I learned and still learning to change my perspective. It can be hard to flip off your judgment switch. That is why I created an exercise to help you release the habit of judging. After this video, click on the link below to get that free exercise. Judging others is a reflection of how you view yourself, and you can't thrive when you're constantly pushing against someone else's thriving. Most of our judgments are unconscious. We draw false conclusions based on fast, unconscious, and automatic thinking from internal behaviors of someone else. For example, making an assumption about a partner's ex as a nasty person because of all the awful things that he's told you, and you haven't even met her. Judgment can be made from 2 attributions. Internal, which would be a person's character, motives, or beliefs, or they can be made from external attributions, which are situational, or outside forces that make them behave a certain way. These attributions come up with a conclusion of why a person did what they did and why they are the way they are. Making an internal attribution of someone coming in late to a surprise party as disrespectful or entitled, when it could be from an external force, such as a traffic jam due to a car accident. We also can misattribute behaviors to external factors, such as he yells at his kids because he's stressed at work, when they may be due to internal factors that he just may be a verbally abusive parent. So in both cases, we don't know the entire story. We don't have all the facts, but we're quick to make an unconscious thought about that person. So here are 5 reasons that you may judge other people. Judgment was a part of our childhood experience. We may have grown up in a household of judgment and may think it's normal. Teachers criticize us or our siblings blamed us. 2, judging others makes us feel superior, which boosts the ego, whether it be looks, financial, or social status. It can be that we feel inferior to another, which is from our low self-esteem or confidence. 3, envy or comparison of what someone else possesses, whether it be material things or personal qualities, which would be from our insecurities or unfulfilled needs and desires. 4, judging to belong to a certain group. We don't like him or her, so to be accepted by us, you can't like them either. And the last reason that people judge is because they have their own set of rules of what is good or bad, right or wrong. and they shame those who don't fit into their box of rules. This is where we should others. They should be doing what I do if they want to succeed in network marketing. That parent should not be allowing their kids to scroll TikTok more than once a day. Conclusions that we draw can happen instantaneously, and we can practice being more intentional and checking for accuracy, which is assessing. Assessing someone is doing so respectfully. It does not bring you a sense of superiority. You may be superior or inferior when it comes to your skills at a job, but as far as self-worth, no one is superior or inferior to another person. So to get out of the cycle of judging other people, there are 4 practices that you can start using today. 1, practice self-awareness. Ask yourself, if I judge this person, what is it telling me about myself? What emotion comes to the surface that makes you judge? Are you feeling guilty, anxious, or scared? Notice your emotions because they can be the driving force of your judgment. Also ask yourself, would I like it if someone said this about me? 2, practice compassion. What is it about this person that deserves to be judged, and how can I be kind? There's a personal and mean quality to the judgment, so how can you show compassion toward the other person? 3, practice empathy. How can judging them make them feel? Put yourself in their shoes. Will I trigger defensiveness that they will judge me? When we do judge, we don't think or even care about respecting the other person or understanding that person. So put yourself in their shoes. And 4, come from a place of curiosity. Have you ever said, you're not what I thought you were going to be? Because you made a false judgment on that person before you even met them. You may not know the other person personally, so let yourself get to know them before you decide if they are a threat or not. Be more deliberate and intentional in your thinking. Now that you've learned why we judge and how we can start letting go of our judgment, download my free exercise that's in the description to take a deeper dive into the process so that you are not only able to show compassion to others, but to yourself. If you found this video very helpful and you want to learn how to have healthy conversations without judgment, check out my next video on how to communicate effectively in 4 simple steps.